Namaskar and welcome to weekly weather review and weather outlook discussion from IMD. I am Akhilesh Srivastava and I will discuss how was the weather in the past week and how the weather is going to be in the next 2 weeks. Now let's have a look at the weather features. If we see the past week, then we can easily see that the weather activity, that is generally the rainfall activity, has been subdued. And if we see that the weak northeast monsoon conditions were prevailing till 10th, and after 10th there has been a increase in the activity in the northeast monsoon. If we see the trough in easterlies, then easterly wave moved from southeast Bay of Bengal to southwest Bay of Bengal of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu coast during 9 to 11 November. If we see in this picture, we can easily see that the trough in easterlies has moved from southeast Bay of Bengal to southwest Bay of Bengal of your Andhra Pradesh coast, and we can also see the circulation which was all in the south Andaman Sea, and it has moved to the southeast Bay of Bengal. If we see the main amount of rainfall which has occurred during the past week, we will see that in 6th November there was 3 cm rainfall in Port Blair, 10 cm in Chennai on 7th, and if you see all the rainfall statistics, you will notice that the rainfall has particularly increased on 11th of November. That is, Nellore recorded 11 cm rainfall, Kavali 8 and Bapatla 6 cm of rainfall. If we go to the weather pattern with the help of the clouds, we can also see that the clouds which are showing to be moving from your west direction to the east direction are signifying the western disturbance movement, and you can also see the movement of clouds towards the south side of the Indian continent region which are showing the easterly wave propagation. This picture on the right hand side, it shows the observed rainfall activity which has been recorded by the IMD. If you see during the entire week, only the south peninsular India that has particularly recorded the rainfall. Otherwise, entire country, barring some places, isolated places in the northeast India, have recorded 0 or nil rainfall. Therefore, the main rainfall activity has happened only in the southeast peninsular region. If we compare the rainfall for the past week and the normal, which is like a long period average, then we will notice that for this particular week, the normal rainfall activity in the country as a whole is 8.4 millimeter. However, the actual which has been recorded is only 2.9 millimeter. This means that there is an overall departure of minus 66%. This itself signifies that the northeast monsoon has been subdued during the current week. Also, if we see the entire season wise also, the normal is your 89.9 millimeter. However, actual is recorded is 83.5 millimeter. And the departure is minus 7%. So during the past 3 weeks, we can notice that the northeast monsoon has been more or less subdued only, and no major rainfall activity has been recorded till date. However, from 11th, we are seeing that the activity has slightly increased. If we see the synoptic conditions as on today, that is 12th November, we can see that there is a cyclonic circulation over Sri Lanka and a trough which is passing through the cyclonic circulation till Tamil Nadu coast, and we can also notice one cyclonic circulation in East Bihar. Due to this cyclonic circulation and the trough, we are expecting some rainfall activity in the southeast peninsular India, and we can also notice one western disturbance which has been seen at the top corner at 55° east and 30° north. This western disturbance is likely to move eastwards, and it is likely to give rainfall activity in the western Himalayan region and adjoining areas during around 15th of November, that is from 14th to 16th November. If we go to the model forecast for the week 1, the picture on the right hand side, it shows the MSLP for the next 1 week. We are not seeing any much major activity in the MSLP field as predicted by the model output, and the picture on your left hand side, my left hand side, it is showing the rainfall activity in the next 1 week. If we notice this picture carefully, we will see that the green and blue color which are signifying the rainfall activity, that is mainly concentrated to south and southeast peninsular India, and during 14, 15, 16 in the western Himalayan region and adjoining areas. That means we are expecting some rainfall activity in the southeast peninsular India due to easterly wave, and in the western Himalayan region due to the movement of western disturbances. These are the next 5 days weather warning for entire India. This is the multi-hazard weather warning map. So as we can see from the picture, the heavy rainfall is very likely at isolated places over Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Karaikal during next 5 days. That means during the next 5 days, we are expecting some amount of at isolated places, some heavy rainfall activity in the Tamil Nadu region, and also we are expecting isolated heavy rainfall in coastal Andhra Pradesh on 12th, 15th, and 16th November. We are also expecting some precipitation activities in Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit, Baltistan, and Muzaffarabad during 14th and 15th November 2020. This is mainly due to the impact of the western disturbance. Along with that, we are also expecting thunderstorm with lightning at isolated places in the South Indian region, that is your South Peninsular regions, where we are also expecting the heavy rainfall activities. Okay, now we are also presenting the global, some of the global features which influences the weather systems and the weather over the Indian region. So if we consider the El Niño condition, which is generally the temperature or the temperature anomaly in the Nino 3.4 area. So we are seeing that if you see the observations, we are seeing the Nino 3.4 is particularly minus 1.5 for the past quarter. So this condition means that the weak La Nina conditions are still persisting, and these La Nina conditions are not at all good for the northeast monsoon. So they did not favor northeast monsoon, which are leading to the deficient rainfall activity over Indian region. If we see the forecast, like what will be the La Nina condition in the coming days, and if we see this plot, this is consistently producing the forecast that the La Nina condition is going to be continue till next year, February, that is February 2021. Therefore, there seems to be no respite from the La Nina condition, and temperature, that is sea surface temperature, are likely to be below normal in the East Equatorial Pacific Ocean region. If we see the other features like the IOD, that is the Indian Ocean Dipole, so we can see from this picture the anomaly is close to zero. That means the neutral Indian Ocean Dipole features are continuing and they are persisting. And the latest MMCFS, that is the monsoon mission climate forecast system model of IMD, which indicates that the neutral IOD conditions are likely to continue till February 2021. If we consider Madden-Julian oscillation, we see that at present it is in the phase 8. Phase 8 means it is in the western hemisphere. Now, the MJO has a very important impact, that it is very important for the convective activity because it supports the convective activity, and when it is in the phase 2 and phase 3, it is very much conducive for the Indian region. So MJO is still in unfavorable situation, that is, but it is likely to become favorable after week 1 for enhancing convective activity over North Indian Ocean. Like I was discussing in the previous slide, that the MJO condition is still not favorable, and it is likely to continue to be not favorable for the week 1. Same, if we are seeing the cyclogenesis situation, we can correlate both the situation and can see that in the week 1 we are not expecting any cyclogenesis activity over the North Indian Ocean region. When we say cyclogenesis activity, it means formation of a depression and above system in the North Indian Ocean region. However, in week 2 and or the later part of week 2, we are expecting MJO to be also favorable. Therefore, there exists a low probability for cyclogenesis over South Bay of Bengal and also over South Arabian Sea during the later part of the week 2. If we go to the next slide, it is showing the extended range forecast for next 2 weeks. It is showing the rainfall forecast from the model for the next 2 weeks. If we see the above panel, it is showing the rainfall which has been forecasted, and the below panel, it is showing the forecast anomaly. That means the below panel shows what is the normal amount of rainfall which is expected and the difference from the forecast one. So if we see the above panel, we can notice easily that the week 1 is showing the green color over the Jammu Kashmir region, and also in the South Peninsular region, mainly Southeast Peninsular India. And in the week 2, we are only seeing a small patch in the Western Himalayan region, that is Jammu Kashmir region, and even little greener patch on the South Peninsular region. This means that the week 1 is expected to have some good amount of rainfall in Southeast Peninsular region and some precipitation in the Western Himalayan region and the Jammu Kashmir. However, in the week 2, that rainfall activity may further reduce. And all over other parts of the India, we are expecting not much rainfall activity or very less rainfall activity. Same is reflected in the anomaly also, that in the Jammu Kashmir region, we are seeing some positive amount of rainfall anomaly, and in the Southeast Peninsular India. And while in week 2 we are not seeing any such positive anomaly. That means the rainfall is expected during the first week in the North Indian region, that is Western Himalayan region and Southeast Peninsular region only. If we see the forecast summary as a whole for the week 1, that is from 12 to 18 November, a trough in easterly at lower tropospheric levels extends from Sri Lanka to south of Bay of Bengal of North Tamil Nadu coast, and an ambient cyclonic circulation is seen over Sri Lanka. Another fresh easterly wave spell is also likely from 14th of November. Under these two systems, favorable systems, we are expecting that scattered to fairly widespread rainfall activity is accompanied with thunderstorm and lightning is very likely in the South Peninsular regions, that is Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Lakshadweep area during the week. And apart from it, we are also expecting isolated heavy rainfall activity over Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal and coastal Andhra Pradesh during this entire week. If we see the consider the North Indian region, then a fresh western disturbance is very likely to affect northwest India during 13th to 16th November. Due to the active easterly wave and an anticyclonic circulation over northeast Madhya Pradesh and interaction of easterly winds with western disturbance over northwest and adjoining central India, is scattered to widespread rainfall activity is likely over Western Himalayan region and adjoining areas of this central India. That is like also we are expecting that isolated heavy rainfall are expected over Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh on 14th and 15th, light rainfall over plains of northwest India and Madhya Pradesh on 15th, 16th. Therefore, if we see the cumulative picture as a whole for the week 1, we can say that the above normal rainfall activity is very likely over Southeast Peninsular India and Western Himalayan region. Rest of the region of India is expected to have either no rainfall or very less amount of rainfall. If we see the rainfall activity forecast for the week 2, we can see that the rainfall activity is likely to decrease over South Peninsular India and is likely to be below normal. This is the same as we discussed based on the forecast of the ERF, that the second week is going to see the lesser amount of rainfall activity. And due to the another western disturbance over the region, normal to above normal rainfall is likely over Western Himalayan region. Therefore, in the week 2, we are expecting only normal to above normal rainfall activity only in the Western Himalayan region, whereas the Southern Peninsular region will likely to have a lesser amount of rainfall. If we see the temperature part, similar to the rainfall, the above panel, it is showing the forecasted minimum temperature over the different regions of the India, and the below panel, it is showing the anomaly, that is the departure from the normal temperature which is expected. If we see the above panel, the Western Himalayan region, Northern India and the plains, adjoining plains are showing like the temperature will be in the range between 10 to 12 degrees centigrade. This is the minimum temperature which we are talking about. And if you see the second week, then this particular area is a little bit increased. Therefore, in the week 1, we are expecting that some areas like Uttar Pradesh and the adjoining areas may see slight increase in the temperature, whereas in the second week, there will be a gradual reduction in temperature in the overall northern plains and central India. If we see the overall picture with respect to temperature for the entire India, we can say that the decreasing trend of minimum temperature over plains of northwest India, which was continuing till 10th, it will be reversed from the 11th. That is when the WD is approaching and the easterly waves are progressing towards Indian region, the minimum temperature is tend to increase. Thereafter, the rising trend would continue over plains of northern India, central India only till 15th. Thereafter, minimum temperatures would fall over above region by 2 to 4 degrees centigrade due to eastward passage of western disturbance and weakening of the easterlies. If you talk about the overall minimum temperatures, they are very likely to be below normal by 2 to 4 degrees centigrade over most parts of northwest India, above normal, that is by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade over Uttar Pradesh and adjoining areas of Madhya Pradesh and parts of South Peninsular India during week 1. However, in week 2, it is very likely that the minimum temperature will decrease further during week 2 with temperature below normal for the most parts of the country. These are the main apps which are being issued, provided by the Indian Meteorological Department for the benefit of you all, like the Mosam app, which is giving the location specific forecast and warning, Damini app for the lightning alerts, Meghdoot app for the agro advisory services. These are very important app which provides you timely updates So, and for the latest updates, you can also like refer to our Facebook and Twitter handles for the any of the updates, and the of course the website www.mosam.gov.in, which could be like referred for the any of the updates. In the end, I will just like say that okay, this is the festival season, and I wish you all a very happy, safe, and prosperous Diwali. Namaskar. Thank you.